Okay. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another podcast episode of For the World. Today, we have everybody with us. We have Juby, Sadvi, Grace, and Sia, and of course, me. And so today, or this whole month, we're focused on Goal 8 and Goal 9. So decent work in economic growth and industry and innovation and infrastructure. So for this episode, we will be focusing on how social media plays a role in industry infrastructure and mainly within jobs. So first question to start us off, guys, how has social media impacted the job industry? And if you have any examples that would help support your views.
Yeah, so one of the ways that I see social media um helping to support the job industry is in marketing, especially with the um increase in unconventional jobs where people aren't just working in where people are now able to expand the traditional job market to also include marketing in terms of grabbing the attention of younger. It helps to promote unconventional job growth because people are able to combine different types of marketing and different skills that they have, and by using the social media presence they can make their platform bigger and expand to greater audiences for more younger kids to expand past just the regular ads on TV and expand to a new and greater audience.
I think marketing really does have a big impact on the job industry, like especially through social media. But another big influence that social media has had is even like people going out to get conventional jobs. A lot of them have like social media screenings, which require the employers to look through the future employees like social media and their previous posts and just make sure that their history is clean. So I think that's something that's really working towards making sure that the future employee will really be someone who is good for the work environment to have and someone that will be responsible and that they can trust.
But also for like a company to like build the trust of other people around them so it can enhance employer branding. And so like social media allows like you see all these companies having an Instagram account so they can not only promote their stuff, but like Sadvi was mentioning how social media really expands the audience and so many companies can promote so many selling points and their products through social media, which is very beneficial for the company to grow and become like a larger part of the industry.
I think that due to like social media becoming like such a large like part of like the job market today, it also leads to like less unemployment too, because I read that like what is it? The job in the unemployment rate like in 2024 is like only what is it? Like wait, no, that's not it. But like the unemployment rate has like been like lowered after like pandemic because due to like a lot of like social media being done and like more job openings through social media, which doesn't require like person to person kind of like interaction. It also leads to like lower unemployment because although like the in-person jobs might have like a lot of people were fired then, like through the openings of new like online jobs, the unemployment rate like goes down. So definitely leads to like more job opportunities that are like unique and actually like sustainable too.
Yeah, online jobs, like not only just like doing a job from home, working from home, but some people just like use social media platforms as their job, like influencers, which I mean, like at the beginning it's like unique, like wow, like you look up to like YouTubers or something, like wow, I want to be an influencer. But now so many people are able to do that and make money off of like TikTok or YouTube or something, which is like it's good for the economy and obviously for them, I guess, but like overall, like social media is so up and down, it's hard for it to be like a sustainable job.
Yeah, I agree. I think that unless you are able to like make it make it so that you're centering an entire brand around it, or so that you're like being an influencer that promotes different types of products, it's really hard to make it a sustainable career. And I think one thing that's really great about social media is that it's a great side job for a lot of people, especially in in an economy where there's a huge job shortage going on, especially in like more higher advanced jobs such as like in technology. So with that shortage occurring, people are able to use social media to like talk about their experiences, give advice, and just reach out to like um a broader audience. So it doesn't even have to be like to a wide scale audience. It can be like giving study tips to students or like making fun little videos. And as they do this, it helps to expand their job prospects as well, and help tide them over in search for better jobs. And it also helps to like share about their experiences in the job market, and overall this help educate people.
I think, like you mentioned, like your very last comment, Savi, was that social media helps educate people, which is so important. I think we can also look at it on like a negative side as well. Like there's so much misinformation or maybe like over exaggeration that happens on social media. And I don't I don't know if this really relates to jobs, but I think it's important. Like we were mentioning how social media allows for such a broad audience, but so many people feel it can get impacted from people like online spreading misinformation, and they kind of use that as their job to misinform people. Like it's benefiting them, but it's not benefiting like anyone who views them or around them.
Yeah, I agree with what you just said about how there's a lot of like misinformation going around, and like the crazy thing about that is that some of these people may even be making money off of the information that they spread, regardless of whether it's trustworthy or not. There's like this stat that I found that it says like, for example, the University of Arizona in 2023 found that approximately 40% of the medical videos on TikTok contain medical misinformation. And a lot of these people have an easy time just like faking their identities and like saying that they have all these certifications because there's no one really there to verify them. Or by the time that someone does question that, they've already gained this following and have already spread so much misinformation, which, once again, as we mentioned, social media has a great impact, but depending on how it's used, can also be misused.
Yeah, I think like right now, every like adult is telling you to be careful on what you put online. But it's like 10 years ago when Instagram and Facebook first became a thing, I think a lot of people at the time didn't know what they were doing. And so a lot of the stuff they put back there when they were like 14 years old is coming back to haunt them, even though they don't like believe the stuff they said.
No, that's a really good point, and it goes back to what Sadvi was talking about like background checks and how like the like the internet does make a safer place for employers because they can check so much stuff that you did in the past. But I guess people change, but like what you do when you're younger isn't you when you're like 20 years old looking for a job. So in some ways, how social media stores so much information may not be as beneficial for you when you're looking for a job.
I think it definitely works both ways. There's also like a lot of people who use social media to promote like the job that they're in or the field they're in, or like all those women who are like in STEM, in like hard fields such as like being an astronaut, being an engineer, being like a neurosurgeon. And when doing this, they're able to promote their field and say like, if I can do it, you can do it. Like, here are the adversities I faced, but I was able to get over them. And in um in this promotion, as they're able to like as they're able to open up people's eyes to new possibilities. It's like employers can also look at that, but I definitely agree that it also can work really against you if people see that, like, because it's not just entering the job market, it's even like as you enter colleges, which will affect how you go onto your jobs, you know. So it really just, social media opens up the possibility to your entire past like being recorded and exposed, so it definitely makes you more conscious of how you act as well.
So I really like your beginning point about like you're talking about like girls in STEAM or like girls in STEM and hard stuff like that. I think it's really important that people put out things on social media that can inspire other people to uptake that job or it can introduce a new field or job to them which they might like. And I think that's an important thing about social media. The the large amount of communication it provides and like we keep mentioning it has such a broad audience. So it's really important that social media provides like inspiration to young people or even just information to young people looking for jobs. Juby, would you like to provide a fun fact?
Uh, one good thing about the job market as a whole is that in Illinois, the minimum wage for non-tipped workers has increased by $1 per hour. So it's now $14 per hour.
Mm.
And for minors under 18, if they work less than 650 hours, they'll get paid. No, 650 hours a year, they'll get paid $12 an hour. So you can work 649 hours and get that, what is it, $12 per hour wage.
What do you guys think about minors having a job? Do you think that it's beneficial for them, or should they wait until they have an education and like get out of college?
I personally think minors having jobs are really good for them. It's really beneficial to learn skills that can be applied later on. Like it helps teach you about financial literacy because you're earning wages, you have to do taxes, stuff like that. And I think it's just great to like learn how it is in the real world when you're working with a coworker, because you're not always going to have the ability to like run to a teacher, run to a parent and say, "Oh, this person's being mean to me," or "I'm having a conflict with this person." And because it's like more on a small scale, like you're working in a coffee shop or an ice cream shop, you have the ability to like have like a more small controlled environment, and that'll help prepare you like emotionally, socially. Yeah, so basically I think it's a really good idea, but at the same time, you know, you have to make sure that you have like trusted adults around you, that it's a good workplace and a good work environment, and that it's something that can like be of use to you in the future. Like you don't want to work somewhere that has no meaning to you or can't help you at all. And then also like you want to work somewhere where like you have the opportunity to like learn leadership skills and like other important skills that'll help you benefit later on.
Yeah, I also think that working like when you're still like a kid is quite important because you have to kind of like get a feel for what is like a good work environment. If you go to like if you like work like for your first time when you're like 24 and like you get like a job but like your boss is kind of like very like what is it, controlling, but like the thing is like you might not know it because like when you were younger you didn't have a job, so you just like this is probably normal. And like the thing is like you might not like ask like a coworker like, hi, is my boss like a good person, because they themselves like might not know. So yeah, I think it's a good idea to like get a feel for like what kind of job you want also.
Yeah, I agree with both of you guys. I think having a job when you're younger is really beneficial for you, like everyone was talking about, just to have more experience and in the future, like if you go into a workplace, into the workforce when you're like 24, and if you have no experience, that's fine, but it's just more beneficial for you to have experience and not be completely new to what's going on. And honestly, like while you're in school, it may be stressful, like if you're a minor and you have so much work, you have extracurriculars, and then you also have this job. So I think it's important that the person, like whoever's looking for a job, chooses something that they will enjoy. Like for example, I tutor at Mathnasium, and although math may be stressful sometimes, I still really enjoy like working with kids, and like it just makes my time there so much better. So I think it's important. Like the job definitely gives me experience with coworkers and with a boss, but I also have a good time there. So I think either way you look at it, having a job as a minor is beneficial.
Do you have any recommendations for types of jobs you like?
For types of job, well, that's definitely gonna depend on the person. Honestly, I've always wanted to work at like a restaurant or something, but
Mm.
I know I know working in a the food like fast food or something is not the best. Like I've heard bad stories about that.
Mm.
What about you, Juby?
I don't know, probably somewhere where I don't have to talk to a lot of people. Maybe just like what is it? You know, like librarians, like part-time. That's probably a good job
Oh yeah, librarian, that would
because
be.
it's just like you like people are like, I want to borrow this book, and you're like, okay, and you just do the beep, and then you're like, this is your book. Bring it back in like 4 weeks, or you'll get like a 25-cent fine.
I mean, you still have to like talk to people as a librarian. Communication is so important in jobs.
But it's not like cashier-y. It's not like, hello, welcome to like Culver's. Do you want like this special like 2 for 2 meal deal plan something today?
That's exactly what I want to do. Welcome to Culver's. We can serve you the best food.
I think I was just gonna say that like social media can like help promote awareness of like working conditions in different restaurants or like in different areas, like with the Writers Guild and the Actors Guild. When they went on strike, they also used social media to like raise awareness of the really poor conditions there, and that's what really allowed people to understand like, okay, yeah, these people are really struggling, and this is why. And it helped raise support and helped raise donations and money also for the Writers Guild and help them to find a settlement with the industry, right? So that's another way that like social media helps employment because it raises awareness about all these topics that we would otherwise not know about.
Yes. Yeah, that's a good point, Savi. That keeps going. Yeah, we keep mentioning how social media, honestly, social media is just a huge platform for communication. It can raise awareness, it can inspire people, it can help promote businesses. So, in conclusion, social media is very beneficial. Most of the time, it will have a positive impact on job industries. You can promote so much stuff with social media. So, that's our conclusion for today. Thank you for listening to our podcast. Does anybody else have any comments, questions, or comments? No? Okay. Thank you, everyone. Go follow For the World on Instagram, and we'll be back with another podcast episode. Bye bye.
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 Anyway.